everybody, New England Haunter here. I am Jamie. Today we're continuing my Did It Work series with my DIY animated groundbreaker I did last Halloween season. Did it work? Let's do this!
Step right up, come on in, join the show, it's about to begin.
If this is a prop you're considering taking a stab at, be sure to check out my original build video linked in the description. It shows materials needed as well as measurements and the entire process from beginning to end. I had always wanted one of these for my graveyard haunt, so I came up with this build a couple of years ago. I had found other tutorials online using a 12-volt wiper motor, but then you have to have a speed controller to slow the movement down, and then you have to weatherproof that speed controller to keep any moisture out. So for my build, I decided to use a single reindeer motor. If you're familiar with these, you know that they're weatherproof. They're made for outdoor use. And these motors run at a slower speed, so you don't need a separate speed controller to get that nice, slow, eerie movement. One thing about reindeer motors that I should mention is they don't have the same torque as a 12-volt wiper motor, so keep that in mind when choosing your prop head for your groundbreaker. I use hollow plastic skulls for mine. You'd probably be okay with a styrofoam head and like a mask over that, but I would definitely stay away from anything heavy like a resin skull. And here's a shot of one of those hollow plastic skulls that I use. I corpsed it specifically for this build. I just wanted to get an idea of what it looked like. Sin Shadows 25 says, just when I thought I was done building props, I need to make this one. If you did end up making it, please email me at newenglandhaunter@gmail.com. You can send me video, pictures, or just throw them in the comments section below. I'd love to check it out. Lynn Gordon 5901 says, thanks for sharing such simple instructions. ITFDB-LFG says, I'm new to this stuff and thank you for sharing every aspect. You're welcome. Outsider666 says, nice simple build, thanks for sharing. Gregory Haynes also likes the setup. Great movement and simplicity of design. Ray K141 from Restless Hill Cemetery says that he made this prop with my measurements provided. He did mention that he used 17 inches from the bottom of the spine, as we call it, up to where the shoulder cross piece is. I do mention in the original build video that that's probably going to change build to build, and it's all going to be dependent upon what you use for a head. If it's a, a styrofoam head with a mask or a different type of skull, that measurement probably will change. But it looks like 17 inches worked well for him. Ray K141 actually sent me video, and I want you guys to check this out. How great does this look, guys? And what I love about his is his head. He's getting like this free head movement out of it. Each time it goes up and down, it looks fantastic. Thanks so much, Ray K141. It looks really awesome. I really appreciate you sending me that video. So for my DIY animated groundbreaker, did it work? This one's going to be a little tricky, so stick with me on this. If you've watched my Did It Work series up to this point, there was one episode, and I believe it was my Grave Popper episode. I mentioned that the motor on that prop broke, and I can't find my other box of motors, so I ended up stealing off another prop. It just so happens that it's this prop that I took it off of. So right now in storage, my groundbreaker from that video is sitting without a motor on it. So as far as that particular one that I made in that build video, I was never able to truly test it out. But if you watch the original build video, you know that I do have a second one that I made a couple years prior that works great. So as far as the build goes itself, I mean, I used it all last season, no problems whatsoever. It's definitely going to work. It's a great build. If you follow my original build video, all the measurements, everything's there, everything's linked in there, everything that you're going to need. And it's been a big hit since I made it a couple years ago. It has some free movement, as you could see in Ray K's video that I showed you guys. He was getting this free head movement out of it. It was like turning its head. Mine doesn't do that. I wish it did. But I tend to get like this shoulder thing going on that sometimes he's kind of crooked this way when he goes up and down, and then it kind of moves the other way. The arm kind of buckles out sometimes. It's awesome. And I mean, it has this I don't want to say a human element to it, but it just has this really non-mechanical movement, I think is the best way to explain it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on it, definitely send me an email, newenglandhaunter@gmail.com, or comment below. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you like this type of content, consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.